This Storm Team forecast is sponsored by Kokonas Furniture and Mattress First Stores in South Zanesville, Maple and Adair in Zanesville, and now Route 79 in Heath. And also by Southeastern Ohio Hearing Aid Center.
Because to me, your hearing matters.
Ross is in for Emily tonight, and we finally saw some sunshine out there, and I guess that kind of helped to absorb the bad news we heard this morning from the famous groundhogs.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you favor Buckeye Chuck or Punxsutawney Phil or the 10 other rodents that apparently can forecast the weather. But yeah, they both agree that we're expecting to see 6 more weeks of winter. Now, I don't know how much you want to believe that. It's just some crazy folklore that people go hooting and hollering about, just about these rodents and how they allegedly can forecast the weather. So I was looking up some information about both of these guys, and Punxsutawney Phil, he's been in the game since the late 1800s. His prediction accuracy is less than 50%. And looking at Buckeye Chuck, who's relatively new to the game, starting in the late 70s, his prediction accuracy is actually 75% according to his Facebook page. So that's pretty impressive, but since 2006, I also noticed that he's been accurate less than 50% of the time. So you can basically flip a coin here and decide whether if we're going to have an early spring or 6 more weeks of winter. But so far so good. It seems like they're predicting pretty cold temperatures as we're sitting right at 30 degrees with a dew point of 10. So we really have that dry air in place across the region. Haven't quite yet reached our low for today. Our high came in at 35, which is right at 1 a.m. We've been hovering right around 32 degrees. And taking a look across the country, you can see in the north central region, temperatures already into the teens, now into the west, all the way stretching from the west coast to the east coast, seeing temperatures varying from the upper 20s, 30s, into the 40s. So definitely some cold air in place, and more locally, temperatures of 29 in New Philadelphia, 30 in Cambridge, 29 in Coshocton, and 27 in Mount Vernon. And those light winds still causing a damper with those wind chills, feeling like 16 in Mount Vernon, 22 in Newark, and 30 in New Lexington. So we're going to be seeing this cold air stick around, but we did see some sunshine today, and you might have needed the sunglasses out there, and it really didn't feel that much warmer despite the sunny skies we had. And that's mainly because we had this cold westerly wind that was just blowing through the region despite it being pretty sunny out there. So taking a look at our surface map, we have this weak disturbance that's going to be nudging off to the east, where we're going to probably see some little lake effect snow showers, nothing of which that's going to put a damper in our region. We're going to be seeing mainly dry conditions throughout the remainder of the week and into the early part of the weekend, as this high pressure is really going to start to bring in more of that drier, clear conditions for our region. So taking a look at our futurecast as we go through later this evening, again, we're just going to start to see mostly clear skies starting out overnight. We'll start to see more clouds develop later on into the evening and into the morning hours as we go into Friday. So we'll start out being partly to mostly cloudy, then starting to clear out with that sun. So you might need the sunglasses again, as we could see some sun before we get to that sunset. And then heading into the remainder of the overnight, it's going to expect to be colder, as we're going to have that westerly winds bringing in more colder air, with lows probably into the teens again, just like tonight. So tonight we'll be seeing a low of 15. It's going to be feeling like 5 to 15 throughout the majority of the overnight. And tomorrow, not much recovery in temperatures into the upper 20s for our highs. And looking at your 7-day forecast, you're going to notice we're going to be on a little bit of a roller coaster, as temperatures will be into the 40s on Sunday, where we'll have a system come through bringing a chance of snow, then rain. Then as we go into next week, temperatures near 60 degrees again as we go into Tuesday, and then we'll start to see colder air filter back into the region later on into the extended forecast. So I don't know which groundhog you want to favor, Carolyn, but so far, I don't know if you can really trust either one at this point.
They both look the same to me, so there you go. All right. Thanks, Ross. Now here is your stock report, courtesy Century National Bank.